Honestly, you're kind of ugly, my husband of 7 years said, staring at my tear-stained face. And when you cry, you look even worse. With that, he walked out and slept in his study again. But his wife, the one who cried too much, had already swallowed a bottle of Paraquat and exited this world. I am the new strategy I'll sent to take her place. System. I asked, how many points did the last house leave me?
1. Fine, I said.
Put it all into physical attributes. That night, transformed into a 6 feet 2 inches powerhouse, I walked into the study and absolutely wrecked my husband. The next morning, I sat on the edge of the mahogany desk, swinging my legs and pretending to smoke a cigarette. Smoking is bad for you, and considering this body just ingested poison yesterday, I decided to just chew on the filter.
Ugh.
A groan came from under the desk. Liam woke up. His usually cold, sculptured face was a mask of confusion. His silk robe was hanging off one shoulder, revealing a neck and chest covered in bruises and bite marks. His dark hair was plastered to his forehead with sweat. He looked like a beautiful, broken mess. Liam blinked, then winced as the soreness hit him.
A speculary there.
He scrambled back like he'd been bitten by a snake, face red with rage, pointing a shaking finger at me. Gwen, have you lost your mind? That was marital R*P. And how the hell did you have that? At the same time, the system, which had been blocked all night, started screaming in my head. Ah, you stupid owl. What did you do? The male lead's affection score just crashed through the floor. It's almost at -100. Do you realize we're in hell mode now? Ignoring the noise, I looked back at Liam with a doting smile. Why so loud? You seemed to enjoy it last night. Liam froze. Then he snapped. He flipped the heavy desk and grabbed an antique vase, hurling it at me.
Gwen.
I'm going to kill you. I'll kill you. Thanks to the National Radio Calisthenics Guide in my database, I hopped off the desk and dodged the vase with a perfect chest expansion move. I closed the distance in 2 steps, grabbed both his wrists with one hand, and pinned them above his head. With my other hand, I gripped his jaw, forcing him to look at me. Stop it. Be good. I said flatly. I'm done with your hard-to-get games. I like obedient men. Shut up, you defective owl. What the hell are you saying? Yes, my database contains thousands of domineering CEO novels.
Who asked you that?
In this world, Liam is the CEO. Character overlap? No problem. He can yield to me. While I argued with the system, Liam stared at me, pupils shrinking to pinpoints. He shoved me away violently and started dry heaving.
Ugh.
Get out, divorce, you psycho. I shrugged. Talk to me when you've calmed down, my dear husband. Hands in my pockets, I walked out of the study, stopping to pet Oreo, our British shorthair, on the way. Downstairs in the dining room, only one person was seated at the long table. My mother-in-law, Evelyn. She was wearing silk, dripping in Cartier, drinking Matai, and eating crawfish for breakfast. Her phone was on speaker, broadcasting a conversation with other rich wives. I know, right? Gwen's been here 7 years, and her stomach is still flat. She's wasting my Liam's time. I think there's something wrong with her. The voice on the phone agreed. Exactly. If a woman can't keep her man interested, what use is she? It's a lack of charm. If only she had charm. Liam comes home late every night, and even when he's here, he sleeps in the study. If she weren't slightly more obedient than that fox Clara, I would have made him divorce her ages ago. Oh my God, I'm so mad. That old hag sees you standing there. She's saying it loud on purpose. Get her. I'll use the most vicious insults in your database. If you slap her down, the audience will give you 10 points. The system was howling for blood. I nodded slightly. Understood. I walked to the table, my temporarily male body casting a large shadow. Evelyn's fake smile froze. She glanced at me sideways.
What?
See your elders and don't even say hello? Is this how you were raised? I stared at her blankly, took the unlit cigarette from my mouth, dropped it on the floor, and crushed it with my pink slipper. Evelyn frowned. What is that supposed to mean? There are minors present. No smoking. Evelyn? System. Question mark. Evelyn's frown deepened. Gwen, what nonsense are you spouting this early? Are you still asleep? I shook my head and looked around the luxurious villa. I thought the Pearl of the Orient was in Shanghai. I didn't know we had one here. I bent down, took her hand with the jade ring, and pressed a gentlemanly kiss to her knuckles. Good morning, my beautiful Pearl. May your day be as dazzling as you are. Then I turned and walked to the foyer, leaving a petrified Evelyn behind.
Tss.
Defective Al, what kind of database did you download? After I left, Evelyn sat there in a daze. Her friend's voice crackled from the phone. Hello? Evelyn? What happened? Did I just hear a man's voice? Evelyn stared at her hand, then at the door. I think my daughter-in-law just grew a pair? Huh. Audience satisfaction, plus 20 available points. 20. The moment I stepped outside, I shrank. Liam's shirt, which had fit perfectly a second ago, now hung off me like a tent. I looked down at my wrists thin, pale, veins visible under the skin.
Weak.
System. The gender swap wore off already. Duh. The system sounded exasperated. You're supposed to use points for beauty or talent. Who wastes points on a one-night gender swap? But I earned 20 points. The system choked. That was just luck. The Audi NC probably hasn't seen anything this weird before. Next time it won't work. They want angst. Romance. Stop messaging around. Angst. I nodded thoughtfully. Understood. Wait, when you say understood, I get a bad feeling. Before the system could finish, a sneering voice called out from the driveway. Well.
If it isn't my sister-in-law.
Strutting around in my brother's shirt, trying to advertise that you finally got laid. I looked up. It was Lucas, Liam's twin brother. My brother-in-law. They looked alike, but their vibes were polar opposites. If Liam was a glacier, Lucas was a heat wave. Dyed red hair, black studs, eyes that always seemed to be flirting or mocking. He walked over, eyeing me up and down. Where are your ugly glasses today? They made you look dumb, but at least they hid those swollen eyes. Now that I can see them, yikes. Even uglier. I stayed silent. Lucas took that as encouragement. Honestly, I don't get why my brother married you. You're plain, boring, and embarrassing to take out. Just furniture gathering dust. System.
Yeah.
Put all 20 points into grip strength. Wait, you're not going to dash. No wonder my brother still pines for Clara after 7 years. Lucas scoffed. A dry, tasteless woman like UISN, worth a single finger on Clara's high CK. I didn't let him finish. Smack. I slapped him so hard, he stumbled sideways, 3 steps his brain rattled. He looked at me, stunned. You? He clutched his swelling cheek. You hit me? I answered with a front kick to his stomach. Lucas folded like a lawn chair, dropping to his knees and gasping for air. Ah, you crazy bitch. Do you know who I am? I grabbed a handful of his red hair and smashed his face into my knee.
Ah.
My nose. Gwen, you whore. IH. He tried to fight back, but I grabbed his arm and flipped him over my shoulder. I sat on his chest, pinning his limbs, and started slapping him. Smack. Smack. Left and right. System. Is this enough angst? You idiot. Not this kind of angst. This is a romance novel, not a kung fu movie. Stop it. Audience satisfaction. Plus 35 available points. 35. The system went silent. Actually, never mind.
Keep going.
No rush. Finally, Lucas stopped fighting. His handsome face was a palette of blues and purples. Stop hitting me. Gwen, I'm sorry. He sobbed. Please, it hurts. Why are you so strong? Did you eat spinach? I stopped. But the moment I let up, Lucas started squirming, yelling insults. Just you wait. You violent psycho. I'm telling my brother. He'll divorce you so fast your head will spin. You'll leave with nothing. I pinned him down again and said flatly, I may be violent, But you are shallow and stupid, disrespecting your sister-in-law with filth? The famous family education seems lacking. Lucas sneered, blood on his teeth. So what? I'm rich and hot.
You?
A dwarf with no tits trying to act like a wife. It's pathetic. I raised an eyebrow.
Oh? So you admit you hate me?
Hate requires attention. I thought you didn't care about me at all. Lucas froze. His eyes darted away, then back, sharper than before. Who cares about you? Don't flatter yourself. Then he laughed maliciously. He pointed a shaking finger at the corner of the courtyard wall. See that? Security camera. Everything is recorded. I can call the cops right now for assault. You don't want to go to jail right before my brother dumps you, do you? I went silent. The system panicked. Defective all, I told you not to be reckless. Now you have a record. How can you romance the lead if you're in jail? Lucas saw my silence as fear.
Ha.
Scared now?
Tell you what.
Kneel down, beg me, and maybe I'll let this slide for the sake of family. I stood up and stepped aside. Lucas smirked, starting to sit up. Then I stomped on his chest with my pink slipper, slamming him back into the dirt. Thud. His head bounced off the ground.
Ow.
*CK. What are you doing? He screamed. Aren't you afraid I'll dash? Call them. I interrupted, looking down at him. Call the police. And tell them you installed a hidden camera in your sister-in-law's bedroom. Silence. Lucas stared up at me. The system went quiet. Slowly, Lucas turned a shade of red that eclipsed his brewy SES. What are you talking about? Are you delusional? You're sex-crazed. I found the evidence, I said calmly. Lucas opened his mouth, but no sound came out. Lucas, you say you don't care about me, but you target me constantly. You spy on me illegally. Why? I leaned down, staring into his eyes. Because you have a crush on me. You have a crush on your brother's wife. That's why you rushed over here this morning. You saw on the camera that I wasn't in my room last night. You thought I slept with Liam. You were terrified we reconciled, so you ran over to check. Right? Lucas sputtered for a long time before exploding in Shami.
No.
That's your fantasy. You crazy woman. Why wow I like someone like. Is that so? I lifted my foot and stomped down hard. Lucas groaned in pain. Then take the footage to the police. Let them see how your sister-in-law beat you into the ground. My gaze drifted lower. And how you got hard from it. I whispered the final verdict. Pervert. Lucas froze completely. The red drained from his face, leaving it gray. His eyes went blank. Then, unable to handle the shame, he covered his face with his hands. And started crying again. Ugh. This time, the sobbing was full of despair. I squatted next to him and watched him cry. When the sobbing turned to whimpers, I spoke softly. Lucas, I actually don't mind that you like me. I won't tell anyone. He lowered his hands, looking at me with red, swollen eyes. A tiny spark of hope lit up. Really? When you? I smiled. But I'm a married woman. A good woman. I won't cheat. So, you can be my dog instead. The light in Lucas's eyes blazed brighter. Not happiness rage. He scrambled up as if electrified. You're sick. Who wants to be your dog? Get away from me. Psycho. He scrambled away on all fours, terrified I'd slap him again. I stood up slowly. Look how happy he is. System. Sister, your definition of happy is unique. But he's definitely broken. You broke his brain. The heavy oak front door opened. Liam walked out. The soundproofing was excellent. He only just heard the screaming. He was in a charcoal suit, hair perfect, face cold. No trace of the vomiting mess from earlier. I thought he came to defend his brother. But he walked right past me. Didn't even glance my way. He opened the door of his black Ferrari. Cold War again? I shrugged. I turned to go inside and make some goji berry tea for this poisoned body. Clara is back, Liam said to the air. I'm going to the airport to pick her up. I stopped. Oreo hasn't been eating. Clara studied veterinary medicine abroad. She's moving in as Oreo's live-in pet therapist. Gwen, this is my last warning. Stop your crazy antics. Clara is different from you. She's kind. She's fragile. If you scare her. He paused, emphasizing every word. Even if you are Mrs. Song, I will personally commit you to a mental institution. I will tell everyone you are insane. Trust me, I have the power to make you spend the rest of your life staring at a white wall, regretting today. He drove off. I stood there in silence. The system was frantic. It's over. The white moonlight is back. The ultimate weapon. And the male lead hates your guts. He's going to lock you up. We're doomed.
No.
Not yet. I went upstairs, changed into a windbreaker and cargo pants. I went to the garage, picked a silver motorcycle, tucked my hair into a helmet, and mounted up.
Key in.
Ignition. Vroom. Loading database. Fast and Furious 1 to 9, need for SP-Ed speedrun guides, bumper car tactics, driving skill, loaded. He thinks he's the only one who can pick someone up? So can I. Neither of us picked her up. Liam waited at the airport for 5 hours. A torrential downpour started, hammering the glass roof. For a CEO like Liam, 5 hours was an eternity. He finally left, exhausted and disappointed. But I was still there. I have patience. Stupid Al, what are you planning? Are you going to assassinate the white moonlight? I ignored it. I saw Clara coming out. I walked up and took her suitcase.
Hi.
I'm Gwen. Liam left, so I'm taking you home. Clara looked up. Doe eyes, confused at first, then horrified. Gwen, you're Liam's wife? She looked me up and down with disgust. She snatched her bag back. I don't need your fake kindness. She turned and walked to the taxi stand. She doesn't like me?
Duh.
You're the wife. She's the white moonlight. You are natural enemies.
Oh.
Nemesis. A nemesis cannot become a wife. Please stop using the internet. Your database is corrupted. I watched Clara get into a taxi and noted the license plate. I got on my bike. There was only one road home. The rain was heavy. I rode slowly. Clara must have seen me. She said something to the driver, and the taxi sped up to lose me. I kept my pace. Idiot, I'll chase her. If she gets away, why did we come? Slippery road. Speeding is dangerous. Good kids don't speed. Then it happened. Maybe the driver panicked. Maybe Clara rushed him. The taxi skidded on a turn, spun out, and slammed into the guardrail. The front end crumpled.
Chaos.
People screamed, calling 911. The driver was unconscious. Clara was pinned in the back seat. Smoke started pouring from the hood. Fire or explosion imminent. The rescuers hesitated. Doors jammed. Tuta formed. It's gonna blow. Run. I parked my bike and pushed through the crowd. Excuse me.
System.
Convert the remaining 35 points to grip strength. And loan me 20 points on credit. I'll pay back double. Loan? Impossible. That's against the rules. Tisk. Just this once. I grabbed the car door with both hands. Veins popped.
Screech.
Sharp metal sliced my palms, blood mixing with rain.
I didn't stop. Crack.
I ripped the driver's door off its hinges with my bare hands. The crowd went silent. Get him out, I shouted. They snapped out of it and dragged the driver to safety. I walked to the back door. More blood dripped from my hands. Through the cracked window, Clara stared at me. Her face was white as a sheet. Her eyes held shock, disbelief, relief, and confusion. Her mouth opened, tears rolling down her face. I tore the back door off. The crowd pulled Clara out. As soon as she was safe, she fainted. But right before her eyes closed, she was looking for me. I was already on my bike, heading to the hospital to stitch my hands. Passers-by filmed the whole thing. Lucas, brother-in-law, Link. Holy essay. Real life Wonder Woman. Biker girl rips car door off to save people, asterisk. Lucas. Million likes already. Comments are exploding. Lucas, is that you? Lucas, speak. Lucas, you went easy on me yesterday. Message retracted. Lucas, you were faking being weak. Lucas, beast woman. My phone buzzed on the dinner table. My right hand was wrapped in gauze. Liam glared at me for the third time. I picked up the phone. Changed Lucas's contact name. Me. Speak human or get blocked. Dog, don't block. Dog, check online. You're viral. People found out who you are, dog. Women of the Song family shouldn't show their faces like this. Block, delete. I put the phone down. Liam was staring.
What?
I'm not on the menu. Liam frowned. Who are you texting? Smiling like that. Yeah, smiling so hard I could die. Liam's face darkened. Gwen. I'll say it, Aegon. Your tricks won't work. Act crazy one more time, and I will put you in a mental hospital? I laughed. Keep up with the times, dear husband. If you try to lock me up now, guess what the public will say? I stared him down. Cruel husband locks up heroic wife to make room for his mistress. The one ending up in the asylum would be you. Liam went pale. Holy crap, genius strategy. You saved her to become a public hero. Now if he hurts you, the internet will destroy him. Wait, the mission is to romance him, not fight him. Audience satisfaction, plus 40. Available points, 40. Never mind, this is great. But you owe me 40 points. Available points, 0, back to 0. Affection score is still 100. Sigh. No rush.
I said.
Different monkeys need different leashes. Liam composed himself.
Fine.
I'm going to the hospital to see Clara. She's traumatized. I won't be back tonight. He expected me to cry or beg. But I'm an owl.
Great.
I'm going to a bar with friends. Won't be back either. Liam froze. He turned slowly, a vein pulsing in his neck.
Gwen.
What did you say? I blinked.
What?
It's a decent bar. I'm a good woman, I won't cheat. Alcohol-free drinks only. Liam's anger had nowhere to go. Asterisk, you're doing this on purpose, aren't you?
He snapped. Fine.
Don't come crying to me later. He stormed out. The bar was called Paradise, but the neon sign was broken. It read Paradise. I had a great time at Paradise. Observing humans mating was like a nature documentary. I went the next night.
And the next.
I didn't call Liam. Cold War. Audience satisfaction went up 55 points, but the romance progress was 0. The system was screaming. It threatened to play Let It Go on loop in my brain if I didn't text him. Fine. I sent 3 messages. Me. Babby. E.T. well when I'm not there. Me. Love you yesterday. Love you today. Love you tomorrow. Me. Love you forever. 30 minutes later. Husband. 2 hours later. Husband. Illiterate. Embarrassing. I raised an eyebrow. Did he respond to my typo jokes? Affection. Plus 5. Affection. Minus 90. Satisfaction. Plus 10 points. 65. I went home. The lights were on, but Lyron wasn't back. Sitting on the leather sofa was someone unexpected. Liam and Lucas's father. Evelyn's husband. My father-in-law, Arthur Song. He wore a bespoke gray suit, looking elegant and refined. An old-school gentleman. He wiped his glasses with a handkerchief embroidered with a rose. I walked in. I wondered why the toilet was clogged. Turns out father is clogging the flow with his good looks. Arthur. Question mark. He put on his glasses. You always say the strangest, thingiest child. I sat opposite him. I saw the news, Arthur said. You did well. A Song daughter-in-law should have courage and brains. Because of your heroism, the brand image has improved. Online sales are up significantly this quarter. Right, the Song family sells high-end cosmetics. Arthur leaned forward. So, Gwen, what do you think? When do I get my cut? How much? Arthur blinked. He expected modesty, not a shakedown. He laughed. Interesting. You used to be a shadow behind Liam. You've changed. Trauma forces growth, I said flatly. Like drinking poison. Arthur nodded thoughtfully. He changed the subject. The cosmetics market is saturated. I'm thinking of expanding. Any ideas? I thought for a moment. Cosmetics are what element? We are in the period 9 fire cycle, 2024 to 2043. Fire industries will boom. Arthur raised an eyebrow. Feng shui? So, you should get into arms dealing. Arthur, we are a legitimate family. That might be difficult. We talked for hours. I have a massive database. I can talk about anything. Arthur's amusement turned to genuine appreciation. Then the door opened. Liam and Clara walked in. Clara was on crutches, refusing Liam's help. I was discussing literature with Arthur. Me. Roses are red, violets are blue. Liam and Clara froze. Arthur laughed. Liam, your wife is a treasure. He stood up.
Late.
I'm leaving. He patted Liam's shoulder and recited a poem. Cherish the person in front of you. He ignored Clara completely and left. Silence. Liam looked lost. Then he glared at me. What did you do to my dad? Liam, I said. Your dad is gay. Liam froze. Blood rushed to his face.
Gwen.
That's too far. Not an insult, just a deduction. His favorite singers are Lady Gaga and Madonna. His handkerchief is a VIP gift from a gay bar. And, shut up. Liam was shaking. He turned to Clara. Go upstairs. Clara hobbled away, shocked. What are you saying? Liam hissed. Does your mother, Evelyn, know? Liam stiffened. He looked away. She doesn't know. So she's a beard. She should be told. Liam looked panicked, angry, and relieved, like a burden was shared. He sat down next to me. His cold aura vanished. You can't tell her. Why? What's wrong with living a lie? She's happy. She thinks she has a perfect family. The truth would destroy her. He looked at me with vulnerability I'd never seen.
Gwen.
Please. I agreed. The Cold War thawed. That night, he didn't go to the study immediately. He stopped at my door. Good night. Affection, plus 35. Affection, minus 55. Satisfaction, plus 5. Points, 70. We still slept separately. I sat on my bed in the dark.
Hey.
You watching? Want to get off the blacklist? Silence. You know the password. 5 minutes later, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I picked up. Static. Then woof. I laughed louder. Didn't hear you. Gwen. Lucas screamed, don't push it, I compromise. Push it? I walked to the wall outlet. I poked the tiny red ingot hidden inside. This is pushing it. Lucas choked. You knew? Why didn't you remove it? Entrapment, idiot. My voice went cold. I recorded this call. The bark and the confession. Get your ass over here in 30 minutes or go to jail to collect your camera. I hung up. 20 minutes later, Liam went downstairs. I cracked my door. Lucas? Why are you calling? Bro, my water pipe burst. Bed soaked. Can I crash? Pipe in your bedroom? Don't ask. Can I use the guest room? Guest room is occupied. Occupied?
How?
You sleep in the study.
Right.
Clara is in the guest room. Satisfaction, plus 15 points, 85. 30 minutes later, a soft knock on my door. Lucas stood there, looking like he'd seen a ghost. Scared, angry, and excited? Sis. I grabbed his collar and dragged him in. I shoved him against the door and long kiss. Gwen. Lucas panted, eyes misty. He licked his swollen lips. Like a puppy, but with ambition. Again, please?
LOL.
One breath and the dog submits. Same face as the ML. If he was the target, we'd be done. Can we switch targets? No. Oh. I pushed Lucas. With 75 points of strength, he flew across the room and hit the wall.
Ow. Gwen.
Don't call me Gwen. I'm your sister-in-law. Lucas whimpered. Why did you kiss me then? You liked it. Checking for genetics. Huh. Checking if you're gay like your dad. I looked down.
Nope. Not gay.
I wiped my mouth. Test complete.
Get out.
Lucas stared. Then he exploded. Gwen, you call me over, drag me in, kiss me, and you're playing me? Do you really think I'm a dog? I turned to the nightstand and took out a scratched-up empty bottle. I shoved it into his hand, then kicked him out. That was the bottle I drank the poison from. Early next morning, I invited Evelyn to dim sum. She refused until I mentioned Liam's childhood secrets. Clara tagged along, limping like a shadow. At the restaurant, Evelyn looked annoyed. I scanned her.
Wow.
American Chinese are common. Chinese Americans are rare. Note: this is a nonsense compliment meant to confuse. Evelyn almost smiled but coughed it away.
Speak, she said.
Why are we here? I just wanted to say, I missed your blooming season. I don't want to miss your withering season. Evelyn. Clara. Clara looked between us. Jealous? She likes me too. My charm is unstoppable. The food arrived. Everything was green. Spinach dumpling GS, green tea cake, green veggies. Evelyn turned green. What are you implying? Nothing green is healthy. Suddenly, Clara spoke. Auntie Evelyn. Liam's father doesn't like women, does he? She stared straight at Evelyn, malice in her eyes. Evelyn went pale. Her chopsticks clattered to the floor.
Ah.
Evelyn ruined Clara and Liam's first love. This was revenge. After a long silence, Evelyn whispered, yes. No denial. No shock. Just resignation. You knew? I asked. Since when? Since I was pregnant with the boys. Too late then. She picked up her chopsticks, wiping them slowly. My grandmother said marriage is like a gravity rope between two planets. You have to check it often. Maybe that rope exists between me and Arthur. Family, money, duty, it binds us. She looked at Clara. Now you understand? I'm unhappy, so I can't stand seeing others happy. That's why I broke you and Liam up. I sent you away. Liam is a good boy. He likes women. Why should you get real love so easily? Why am I stuck with a man who will never love me? Clara's revenge twisted into pity. I asked, why stay stuck? Why not divorce? Divorce? Evelyn laughed sharply. I'm old. My sons are successful. I have money. Why divorce? You haven't divorced either, Gwen. Liam hasn't touched you in ages. Are you happier than me? You're enduring just like I am. Stop. Clara shouted, eyes red. It's my fault. I couldn't let go. I pestered him after we broke up. Even though he was married. I told him I was lonely, homeless. She looked at me, tears streaming. I'm sorry, Gwen. I ruined your marriage, and you saved my life. I'm the bitch. Dim sum turned into a confessional. Even the system shut up. I asked, Clara, what is love? I don't know. Pearl of the Orient? I asked Evelyn. She shook her head wearily. Lived half my life, who knows what that is? Human love is a convenient excuse for illogical behavior. Like God. Eat, I said. Spinach makes you strong. You need strength to cry. Evelyn went home. Clara went to a hotel. I went home.
Crash.
Screaming. Liam, are you human? Lucas yelled. You drove Gwen to drink poison. She's your wife. What poison? Where did you hear that? Liam shouted back. I'm crazy. You're crazy. You abused her. Cold violence. Talking about your ex constantly. Bringing her home. That's murder. Silence. Liam stammered. Lucas lowered his voice.
Bro.
If you don't love her, let her go. Impossible.
Why?
Clara is back. You can be with her. Haven't you hurt Gwen enough? Because I hate her. Liam roared. I hate her. It took me years to get over Clara. I thought I'd never love again. But this woman appeared. She made my past feelings look like a joke. I hate her patience. Her gentleness. No matter what I did, she looked at me with those eyes saying, it's okay, I love you. And I hate how she changed. She's cold, sharp. She doesn't love me anymore. Lucas was silent. The system whistled. Love and hate are two sides of the same coin. But negative affinity means mission failure. I walked in. Liam looked wrecked. His sharp eyes were wet obsidian lashes clumped with tears. Fragile. They froze seeing me. Lucas hid the bottle. Gwen, Liam croaked. Carry on, I said, heading for the stairs. Liam rushed over and grabbed my wrist. His hand was hot and shaking. Don't go. You heard, right?
Yeah. You hate me.
Anything else? I don't. He panted. Gwen, you weren't like this. You used to cook for me if I was sad. You massaged my head. Now I pour my heart out, and you feel nothing? Witchery, did 7 years of love go? Maybe the poison burned it away, I said. Liam froze. Lucas turned away, shoulders shaking. Paraquat is corrosive. Destroys organs. Probably destroyed the heart too. I flicked my wrist, sending Liam flying into the dining hutch. I went to bed. Awkward peace settled over the house. Liam started cosplaying a house husband. He wore a pink apron, face covered in flour, pulling burnt lumps from the oven. I tried to make soup. It's good for you. I hand-washed your clothes too. I looked at the wrinkled mess on the balcony. At night, I went to my room. Lucas snuck in later. Days passed. Liam got better at chores. Lucas got better at service. Winter came. One night, I kicked Lucas off the bed. Get out. He sprawled on the rug. Gwen, why so mean? Am I disposable? Either your brain isn't fully developed, or you're just cheap.
Which is it?
He rested his chin on the bed, puppy eyes wet. Both. I know I was a bastard. I was jealous my brother married. I know I was a bastard. I was jealous my brother married you. I bullied you for attention. But I changed. Beat me if you want. Can you like me a little? The door opened. Liam stood there, gray pajamas, soft lighting. He looked like a good husband. He looked at me, then at Lucas. Affection, -50. Affection, 0. He held the fat cat. Oreo was crying. I thought she missaid you. Lucas froze. I took the cat. She purred. I smiled. Then I kicked Lucas out. Affection, +60. Affection, 60. I heard them fighting in the hall. Silent, brutal fighting. Snow fell. I watched from the window. First time seeing real snow. You're just enjoying life, aren't you? The system grumbled. Why rush? Where do we go after? To the next mission, wait. If you fail, you stay here forever with him. I thought about it. A warm shawl covered my shoulders. Liam, I'm taking you somewhere tonight.
Ah.
Anniversary. 7 years. Where? He blushed, looking out the window. Stargazing. But the brightest star is right here. Me. Cringe. Liam wilted. Gwen, I feel like I'm priority Z for you. Not that high. He looked crushed. I touched the cold glass. Evelyn said marriage is a gravity rope. Check it often. Liam, if the rope snaps, will you float away or will I fall? He stared. Then he hugged me from behind, crushing me. No. He sounded terrified. No divorce. Never. Don't even think about it. I let him hold me. At least, I'm still the main husband, right? Top 5, maybe. Agreed to the date. Affection, +25. Affection, 95. The observatory park. High up, away from lights. Where we met. Liam laid out a blanket and poured tea. We watched the stars. Gwen.
He turned to me.
I'm sorry. Cheap words. But the cold violence, mentioning Clara, I did it on purpose.
To push you away.
To prove you couldn't replace her. I was a coward. I was afraid to admit I was falling for you. I hated myself for changing, so I hurt you. He stood up and knelt. Velvet box. Diamond ring. I wasted 7 years. Gwen, give me another chance. Marry me again? I'll spend my life making it up to you.
Ah.
Proposal. Affection 95, say yes. I looked at him. I extended my left hand. Liam's eyes shone brighter than the stars shaking. He slid the ring on. When I low. Liam. I interrupted. Don't you think it's weird? Someone who drank Paraquat dies of lung fibrosis. Suffocating painfully. No survivors. Why am I here? His smile froze. And that morning in the study. How I became a man. Did you choose to forget? He started trembling. I leaned in close.
Liam.
Your real wife is dead. She died in that bedroom after you called her ugly. She drank poison and died in agony, ignored by you. She'll never cry for anyone again. I'm not her. I'm just here to deliver a message. Your love is bullshit. Murderer. Affection, -195. Affection, -100. Affection. Error. Affection. Error. Warning. Target breakdown. Hate overflow converted to obsession. Mission complete. After watching my body dissolve into blue data in the snow, Liam broke. He was found banging his head against the stone platform, muttering murderer. He tried to drink Paraquat, but was stopped. Now he's in an asylum, strapped to a bed, mumbling to no one. Evelyn exploded. She stormed her husband's office and exposed everything. Gay marriage fraud, affairs. She divorced him and destroyed his empire. I sent an email exposing the company's corruption. The song group collapsed. Clara went to Germany. She left a letter for me that no one opened. Lucas ran to the asylum, shaking his crazy brother, asking where I went. He got no answer. He searched the bar, the park, the restaurant. Finally, he sat on a snowy street corner, hugging his knees.
Crying.
I watched from above as a stream of data. As an owl, I don't understand complex human emotions. Maybe later.
Not now.
HQ has canceled the Strategy L program, the system said, relieved. Human emotions are too volatile. And you're chaotic variable. Enough watching. Ready for the next world. And